All right, Dalton. Now that we're done with All-Star voting, I think we're going to do a quick checkup on Gopher football recruiting. And unfortunately, Pierce Peterson is not coming back to the Gophers. He recently committed to Penn State, and I don't know. Even without him, I think the Gophers still have a decent looking recruiting class.
Yeah, I would have to agree. As much as many Gopher fans wanted him, I think he kind of looked at he's a projected tight end, and Penn State's had a lot of success developing tight ends over there, and I truthfully think that was probably the smart move for him to go over there and get developed in that James Franklin system. And I wish him the best. As a Gopher fan, I'm a little ticked. So I really thought we would have something special with him and Voss. But I mean, you look at it, Voss is also projected to be tight end, and that's kind of the unfortunate thing about two of the top players in the state of Minnesota this year, both projected to play the same position. Just Gophers end up getting the higher rated one recruit wise. So hopefully we can keep him rated higher throughout his college career. And who says he doesn't come back to the Gophers as well? We've seen guys like Jackson Howard and Quinn Carroll in recent years transfer back to the University of Minnesota from Notre Dame and LSU. So
Right, exactly. It is what it is. He wasn't. It was going to be hard to him for him to fit into that Gophers offense. Like I could see him play. He probably would have had to play like a linebacker for the Gophers, and if he didn't want to do that, yeah, go play tight end for Penn State. I don't think that's too bad of an alternative, but it is like I think it would have been a lot worse had Roman not also committed first. So it happens. You're not going to win every one. It happens. I mean, otherwise it's been pretty quiet. Otherwise, no other commits.
yeah, otherwise, yeah, Voss was our most recent commit, which obviously, and then the summer splash with him was a very big deal, taking the top three players in the state, our top three rated players, as verbal commitment right now. So hopefully we can keep them committed. And but some other news, the Gophers just announced who will be attending the Big Ten Media Days out in Vegas on July 23rd. And some people may think that this is obvious. Coach Fleck will obviously be there as the head coach. Darius Taylor, very obvious one. Coy Parrish, he'll be making his appearance, which I mean, I that was also pretty obvious. Holding down the secondary and holding down the D line will be Anthony Smith. Former four-star recruit. He really kind of came on in the back half of the year. He'll be the anchor of the Gopher D line this year, and I'm really excited for him to go out there and talk about the defense. Then, as many Gopher fans know, uh, we don't have it. We will have a new starting quarterback this year. Uh, Coming in for Max Brosmer, and well, the starting quarterback, who they're saying is going to be the starting quarterback, which I think this just about all confirms it. Is the 6'5" gunslinger from Fayette, Arkansas, or from Fayetteville, Arkansas, redshirt freshman Drake Lindsay. It sounds like he's really taken that next step this past offseason. He'll be going out to Vegas to represent the quarterback room, and this is a really big deal because I don't think, in my memory, since Tanner Morgan, we sent a quarterback out to media days, and that just kind of says the praise they have for this young kid. He's 6'5", 225. The way it sounds, he's got a cannon for an arm. He did have some playing time last season, just late in games, and he seemed like he was productive. And the Gophers are giving him the keys to the car here, and very exciting time to be a Gopher fan.
Oh, absolutely. And the biggest thing I noticed is like all four of those players, they're all young. Coy is going to be a sophomore. Drake Lindsay, redshirt freshman. Darius
Mhm.
Taylor, also young, also could be back even for another year. Anthony Smith, also super young, also going to be back next year. And like that just says a lot, like that you can have the faces of your team be faces of the team for multiple years, and hopefully they can grow. And like Lindsay's going to have potentially 4 years to be the starting quarterback, and I'm excited to see what happens and watch his growth throughout the years.
Yeah, I have watched some of his, his high school stuff, and he honestly reminds me a lot of Max Brosmer. Big arm, stands in the pocket type of kid. I was a little worried, to be completely honest, that we were getting another Tanner Morgan. No disrespect to Tanner, but just kind of a slant thrower that has always had a lot of success with two NFL receivers. But Drake's got a big arm, and from what I've read from Ryan Burns and Tony Liebert and everything, and I mean they've said he can make all the throws with ease, and not your typical Gopher quarterback being 6'5". I can't remember the last time we've had a 6'5" quarterback. So very exciting stuff there.
Yeah, it's will be interesting to see like how they progress and how they do this year and like media days in Las Vegas. So I'm sure hopefully they have a good old time there.
Yeah.